What's up, Helldivers? I'm back with another S tier build. It's going to be a Flamethrower build. Thanks to the new bug patches that came out a couple days ago, today is the 9th of May, dots went from being acceptable to being possibly meta. I mean, I don't think that the Flamethrower can be meta only because its ease of use is kind of low. You can really end yourself quickly. Look, I'm gonna say it's at least S tier, and so is this build. So the build's gonna consist of the Flamethrower, the Guard Dog Backpack Rover version, the 500k, and the Eagle Airstrike. You can switch the last two out for a 380, Napalm if you want more dots, as well as the orbital gas strike if you really do want more dots. I personally love dots. I'm so glad that this was made. I love making fire builds, I love making ice builds and acid builds, and just all the elemental builds, and dots kind of fits into that very nicely. So very happy that I was able to make a working fire build. This is going to be a better version of my incinerator build, and it's like I said, all thanks again to the new patch that fixed dots, as well as the discovery, my personal discovery, of the wonders of the stun grenade, and we're going to go over that later. So for our main weapon, I like the incendiary breaker. For this one, you can take whatever you want. The incendiary breaker is not necessary, but it does go along with the dots build, does go along with the dots theme. Secondary is going to be the grenade pistol, or whatever you like. Really, I asked grenade pistol because it does allow you to close holes without bringing the eruptor, but if you're bringing the eruptor, if you're bringing something else that can close holes, don't worry about it. The grenade has to be the stun, and I'll say that because with dots, it's damage over time, and the best thing to pair with damage over time is a slow or a stop or a anything to keep you in the area of effect for longer, and the stun grenade does exactly that. It does it so well. You get all the bang for your buck for every flame that you let out. So gotta bring the stun grenades. They also synergize well with the Eagle Airstrike. If you miss and somebody's about to run out of your Eagle Airstrike, you can just stun them one more time, have them freeze there. It really is like being a Time Lord once you get used to it. I love it. Back to the stratagems really quickly before we go on to tips. I did try the full dots build, and that was an orbital gas strike and the napalm, and they were fun and they worked and it was viable. It's not really my playstyle per se. I didn't have as much fun with it. I do like being a jack of all trades in the field. That's what I consider to be the most fun. But if you did want to add in the napalm as opposed to the Eagle Airstrike, or if you wanted the gas strike, or even the flame mines, incendiary mines, they are just fine too. So I mean, it's all great, it's all wonderful. I had a great time. It's just like I said, it's not as much my playstyle when you get up to those spore towers and you don't really have any big giant bombs to hit it with, and they don't, allow you to call in the hell bomb at the spore spheres, at least from what I've seen, the spore towers. So and I'm thinking with Streakerness, 500k is super great for those. I think a 500k is one of the best stratagems in the game. I think it comes in handy so often, so I like to bring it, but you don't have to bring that per se. Really, just the Rover and Flamethrower are where the synergy comes in. And honestly, with this build, the Flamethrower is just so good. You could switch it out for a supply pack or a jump pack or a shield if you wanted to. I would suggest first going with the supply pack as a direct alternate. If you're feeling really spicy, go ahead and get the jump pack in. And if you're feeling like, wow, I'm really uncomfortable right now, I'm getting dropped left and right, then go ahead and switch it to that shield. It is a weapon that can work well and synergize with any backpack. I just think it does it the best with the Rover. So as far as tips, this thing is so powerful now that you can stand and walk down holes and hordes, and it's just great. I guess before we go into the tips too far, we'll just go into the sheer damage of the Flamethrower. It can take out every single bug but the Bile Titan, and it can hurt the Bile Titan, and it can finish off the Bile Titan, but it doesn't effectively and consistently deal with the Bile Titan, so I wouldn't add it to the list. It does, however, effectively and consistently deal with chargers. If you aim at the leg, they will go down in a matter of seconds. It is one of the fastest charger deleters in the game, which is why I'm calling it S tier easy. If somebody disagrees with me, please come in the comments with a well thought out rebuttal. But for now, it's S tier on fun and S tier on damage. and effectiveness. If you want to do the best you can with the flamethrower, you need to figure out when you want to spray it at the ground and when you want to spray it at your target directly. We talked about this in my last video, direct and indirect fire. Honestly, if you really don't want to futz around with that and you just want to shoot it directly at your opponent, that's fine too. It's so strong that it will deal with a lot of the enemies, like I said in the last tip, in seconds. Brew Commander seconds, of course anything under a Brew Commander seconds. It almost takes as long to put down a Brew Commander as it does a Charger, which to me is insane. Bow Titans are a bit of an issue, and you do want to keep your distance. Sorry, not Bow Titans, Bow Spewers. We already talked about Bow Titans being difficult to bring down. Bow Spewers are also kind of difficult. You can bring them down, just hit them in the head, but their range is generally the same as yours, if not longer. So you have to make sure you're jumping, don't commit too hard. I find they are probably the more annoying to deal with this build. On to our next tip. You don't have to be scared of bug breaches. You can walk right up to a bug breach with a flamethrower and kind of burn the ground. If you put a stun there, it makes it even better. It gives you more brownie points, holds everybody from dispersing, because they do disperse a few seconds, if not a second after coming out of the bug hole. So if the bug hole does open up in front of you, next to you, don't get scared. Turn, make sure you're fully ammoed up and fire away. Give it a sweeping motion a little bit, and a lot of times, especially if a Bow Titan doesn't pop out the hole, you will have that hole finished with one or less than one clip of the flamethrower. Alright guys, you made it to the end. If you're enjoying seeing off meta builds and want to see more of this content, make sure you subscribe, like, comment. I do have an ongoing sweepstakes right now. The 1K super credit giveaway, managed democracy, sorry, the 1K managed democracy super credit giveaway, and it'll trigger when we reach 500 subscribers. So please guys, subscribe, like I said, if you want to see more content like this, more off meta builds. And in the comments, tell me what you want to see a build made around, and if you think that a weapon needs to see more love or it's just underrated, let me know. I'd love to hear what you guys think. Peace.